Hello and welcome to Engine Adventures off-road review of this 2022 Grand Cherokee Overland 4xe. It's in the highest off-road setting right now, so not getting a lot of wheel articulation, but very capable vehicle, very fun. Let's get into the high-speed off-road test, and then we'll end up where we are currently parked. We are in off-road height. You can barely see it there. I'm in e-save mode again because I'm trying to save enough battery for a short off-road test in electric only. Doesn't really matter here. But yeah, let's do the high-speed off-road. Oh, I had the seat down still. Let me throw that up. All right. Ow, that can hurt. Let's do the high-speed off-road now. So I'm one down. It has one more suspension spot. It can go up higher, and I don't know where the smoothest is. We're about 17 miles an hour right now. Get it up to 20. So the Grand Cherokee is about the right size. That's one thing it really has going for it. Oddly enough, the rear deck floor seems to be moving around a little bit, where that extra storage compartment is for the spare tire. But honestly, for an air suspension vehicle, one of the better ones. We're up to 24 miles an hour. Got the rear end to kick out a little bit there. Quite smooth. Easily passes the 20 mile an hour mark for an off-road vehicle. I think I could have pushed it even harder than I did. A few sections at 25, but overall, pretty darn comfortable, well damped, smoother than I expected. I didn't notice any hard topping out or bottoming out, and just did a great job overall. Well, just broke that GoPro. So this is a full-time four-wheel drive vehicle, and here in hybrid mode, it's going to be able to make this climb fairly easily, and I never noticed the ELSD kick in, so I'm not sure if this was all brake-based, or if it was a combination of brake-based versus the ELSD on the rear. Anyway, made the climb pretty easily. Here in hybrid and sport mode, it does much better. So sport mode is much more responsive on the throttle. In the hybrid normal mode, I was full throttle for a few portions and just kind of waited for the vehicle to do its thing. But in sport mode, I could apply the amount of throttle, get instant feedback, and it made this much more controllable for me. Snow mode was very comparable to normal mode, even a little less aggressive on the throttle, so it took a lot to get through this. It didn't feel like the Jeep was working hard, but I basically just put the pedal on the floor and let it figure it out, make the climb. Mud and sand mode disables traction control automatically, and it performed quite well. Maybe a little less wheel spin, oddly enough, but I think it was more aggressive in getting the power to the ground than in some of the other modes. Definitely the most controlled in this test. Four-wheel drive low automatically disables the traction, stability control, all that stuff, but the rock mode brings in a lot of the brake-based traction control, and I'm sure it used the ELSD as much as it could, but there was really not much wheel spin difference there anyway. But super easy to make this climb in rock mode. My favorite thing about the Jeep hybrid systems is that they put the electric motor in the transmission, but it's before all the gearing in the transmission, so the electric motor gets to use all of that extra gearing. Basically, you get the same performance whether you're in electric mode or using the gas engine. Obviously, there's more power when you have the gas engine on with the electric mode. Either way, very capable. We're in just normal 4-high auto mode, but we are full electric, and I don't think it's going to do this in 4-high and 4 electric. Sorry, in electric mode only, but we'll give it a shot. And we're going to go slightly easier until we can get on that other camera, because we're out of view of it right now. So, right here. And I'm full throttle, fired up the engine. Okay, so now we are in hybrid mode, essentially. Oh man, I don't know what just happened there. Let's try that one more time. Okay. So I wanted to replay that clip so that we could see the rear differential essentially locking up. And you can see it